I know you're ready. You've got this. Let's tweak the car's performance for the next one.
I'm feeling the vibe, taking my time like deep in the maze, making my shine bright. Whoa, I gotta make it, I'm going sky high. Never hold back, right. Yeah, I'm rolling,
That was your best lap yet.
this is my timeline.
Play it day one with Game Pass.
Here we are with Forza Motorsports. This is essentially the 8th game in the Forza Motorsport series, but it is reinterpreted, reimagined, and redone for the next generation, dropping exclusively on the Xbox Series system S and X, and of course available on Game Pass day one. So this footage, all of this actually, is taken via cloud play, so you may see some glitching here or there. This is the longest gap between Forza games. The last one, Forza Motorsport 7, came out in 2007, so we have a 6-year gap between Forza games. Turn 10 Studios, the studios behind the Forza series, really took time to get this game right. Now, one of the most surprising aspects of Forza, in my opinion, is how good the series has become. I think that when it debuted way back on the 360, that no one expected the series to rival PlayStation and what Gran Turismo is. But Microsoft and Turn 10 Studios over the past few years, I believe the original one was 2005, so we're talking about 18 years of Forza Motorsport, and they as in Turn 10 Studios has really outdone themselves when it comes to this game. Now, I will confess, I am not much of a racing sim enthusiast, as you see by my horrible driving here. It's just a genre I've never really gotten behind. I am not one of those ones that are not really into cars to begin with. So these sort of games just really, it's fun to get in and get out, but I'm not someone who's going to be very enthusiastic about getting in and getting all the details and unlocking all the cars. And I'm just not that sort of guy. I just like the racing aspect of it. I will say that the cars look beautiful. One of the beautiful things about cloud play on Game Pass is that I can tell an optical difference even with my ancient television that I usually play on. I can tell the difference in playing this game and the graphical fidelity of this game compared to, say, playing Forza Horizon 5, which again is not a direct one-to-one comparison, but seeing how this plays and how this looks compared to Forza Horizon 5 that was natively on Xbox One is definitely a difference. I can see how I keep crashing into the wall and using the revive feature because I suck at these sort of games. I suck immensely at these sort of games, but I wanted to get through and play a little bit to see how it handles and to see just generally how the game plays. It's very standard gameplay so far with regards to the racing. Race mechanics are spot on. The controls are not delicate, but they're really precise in my opinion. I think that those that are really into these sort of games are going to feel right at home with the Forza series or Forza Motorsport in this case. Those of us that are not so inclined to these sort of racing simulations, we can get in, hop out, but it still takes a bit of learning curve getting used to it, especially considering comparing these controls to, say, Forza Motorsports, not Forza Motorsports, Forza Horizon 5. It's definitely a bit more precise with regards to comparison between the two games. And it's all about realism. It's all about actually placing you inside of the car. As you saw earlier with the other view, that first-person view that I was in, you look like you were in the cockpit of that vehicle, and it looked very photorealistic. There are some other scenes that are coming up that are cutscenes, but man, they look photorealistic once you get into them, and you just look like, even like that looks like photorealistic. It is so beautiful. It looks so real, and to think that that is all in-game engine. No sort of CGI cutscenes that you see. I'm recording the video that you're watching right now while playing on my Xbox One, and I just love the locales. I love the racing. Now here we are with this race in Japan. I love the nighttime race here. I felt like this vehicle was a bit easier for me to control compared to the last vehicle in the last race, and I think maybe because I myself, when I play these games, are much more inclined to be adaptable to racetracks rather than the open road like the previous race. Here, I like how they start you off in the pit, and you see it's photorealistic. It is so beautiful, this game, and just the colors and the lighting is just really spectacular. See some glitching there from the cloud play, which really during gameplay didn't change. There weren't any noticeable hiccups. It was just some tearing on the screens and the frame rate. I say more so pixelation, not tearing. But it didn't reduce my gameplay. It didn't mess me up as far as the controls. Everything's still controlled without a hitch. One of the things with Cloud Play on Game Pass, it has gotten, the queues have gotten longer. So I don't know if that's a factor of just more and more people playing Game Pass, especially a game like Forza Motorsport Day 1, or it's just that Microsoft isn't really prioritizing Cloud Play like they used to. Either way, I'm noticing some differences there as far as getting into the game, but once you're in, I have very few issues when it comes to playing something as graphically intense as Forza Motorsport. So you see here, I do a lot better on the tracks, even though I'm not totally great at it. I don't have as many wipeouts on the track as I did on the open road race. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful racetrack. I believe this is a real racetrack in Japan. I assume, based on a lot of what I've read on Forza Motorsport, that a lot of these locations are real and the places you can visit in the real world. So, you know, if you know what this is in real life, let me know. Does it look realistic? Does it look like the actual racetrack in Japan? Let me know. Hit me up on the comments below. I'd be very interested to see how accurate of a reproduction this is compared to real life. So here we go here. I actually made it up. It was on lap 20. I made it, or I'm making it to 9th place, but I'm going to have a bit of a stumble very quickly in the course of this race, and I believe I end up ending in around, I don't know, 13th, 14th place. It was just me. I got a little bit too ahead of myself when it came to how well I was doing in this race, and I just kind of messed it up toward the end of that last lap, which starts about right here, and I lost place there, so I'm back down to 10th place. Again, just couldn't get my footing back when it came to the last little bit of this race, and slipping back to 11th place. And you see that pixelation there, but it did not slow down for me. Really, the video shows a very different scenario from when I was actually playing in the controls. Like, things really went along without a hitch as I was playing, irregardless of the video pixelation with the game due to cloud play. So here we are. I'm there, about to get to the end. I have one guy on my right, but I made it 11th place. Not bad starting out at 19th place, and then I get my achievement for, finishing my first race. So I like games where they give you some pretty cool achievements right off the bat, especially if you're an achievement whore like myself, always trying to get those extra points. So here you see the car in the garage. I love the dynamic lighting on this game and how they use it to really illustrate or give that illusion of a metallic finish. And the yellow and the sunlight itself is just so beautiful. So here we're going to go a little bit to the character creation, and then we go to the choose your car. So that's just the first two races before you even get into the character creation, which is just picking your suit and your helmet in color and design. And here they give you options of cars to choose that you're going to use to start the game with. I love the Ferrari. Ferrari is not one, same with the Porsche, but this the Toyota Supra is definitely one. The Super GPT, I'm not a car person, so I don't know. But these are the three cars they give you to start up with. So, and of course, I had to go with the Mustang, American Power. So here you can set your difficulty and stages, but for each match you can set your difficulty, basically your handicap, as to how difficult you want to make it. You can make it super difficult, or you can just leave everything as is. As you see, I'm playing around. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do this. I'm not good at these games anyway, so I'm just going to keep on. And this is your first real official race, Club Circuit, Grand Oak Raceway, and we'll get into the next race another time.